I have no money.
Stop it! Stop saying, man!
Nowadays, the word peak is getting thrown on everything, and which Hat Atelier literally one of them. Can something actually be peak just because it's very appealing to the eye? Don't get me wrong, the world building is there. Unique power system, it has the potential to be peak. I'm not gonna lie, it's a straight up foreplay. And we're not gonna get a second core, like everyone's getting a second core. Demon, the Shadow Realm, ReZero, Liar's Game, even Reincarnated Slime. How does that even have 4 seasons? Who's actually watching this shit? Magic fantasy where the magic is so unique and beautiful, thou must gatekeep the magic, and thou must not use magic for fades.
You turn your magic against me for her sake.
So we got Coco, who can't use magic but is in a one-way relationship with it. She fell in love with magic after this brimcap witch with the mask showed her a little magic and scammed her out her money, claiming she would be able to use magic but was heartbroken realizing she couldn't. In this world, you have to be born a witch in order to use magic. This is the lie the witches tell in order to gatekeep their magic, because in reality, anyone can use magic. All you need is a certain type of ink and the rules when drawing a spell. To conjure up a spell, the sigil is drawn in the center, which has different types: fire, water, light, or wind. The signs are next. That determines its form, size, and direction of the spell. And to activate the spell, a circle is drawn around it. The neatness of the drawn spell directly correlates to how strong and stable the spell will be. And when these witches are performing these spells, they have to make sure non-witches don't see. Obviously, circumstances are going to circumstance, so the MC learns the secret to magic. So after peeping on this witch Keyfree drawing a spell, Coco realizes that she didn't get scammed all these years. That book and that supposed wand was pen and ink, which is all she needs to perform magic. That night, she goes and copies symbols from the picture book that witch gave her, and she finally casts her first spell.
That must mean it worked! I can't believe it!
Hey, don't get too excited. This is still your origin story. There's only a certain amount of joiners allowed to perspirate out the body, because some unfortunate is always waiting around the corner. So she attempts to draw another spell. This is a level 10 spell. You can tell by the complexity of the signs and multiple sigils. You got a light sigil within other light sigils, and the upgraded water sigil over here. And then, okay, yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at for real, but the spell gets activated, and Keyfree, who's been hiding in the closet, grabs her and fly elegantly out the window before the spell could fully be casted, freezing up her home and her mom.
And now that you know the truth, you must have your memories erased.
Stop it!
Problem solved.
And this how they keep the magic gate kept. They just wipe niggas' memories if they ever find out. But he doesn't memory wipe Coco since this is the only lead he has to the brimcaps. He has some type of beef against them for some reason. Keyfree ends up recruiting Coco to be his apprentice so he could teach her real magic, not the forbidden magic the brimcaps be using. The brimcaps are apparently this dangerous faction of witches who use forbidden magic, meaning they use all the lit spells, like teleportation, transformation spells. Basically any spell casted on humans is banned, including harming a person, and even healing someone is forbidden. The only exception is mind wiping, since they are allowed to erase people's memories. And apparently everyone used to be able to use magic, but when you give niggas shit, some fuck shit is bound to happen. So a group of witches grouped up together mind wiped everybody's memories of magic and kept the secrets between them and their disciples. So Keyfree brings Coco to his atelier where she will be taught and practice magic, and this is where she also meets her fellow witch apprentices: Tetia, the sweet joyful one that sees everything in bubblegum and rainbows; Riche, the chill laid back one that wants to live her life her own way; and Agat, the serious tryhard one who needs to prove something to her haters. And you would think she would have a little sympathy for someone who lacks power, but she becomes Coco's #1 meat rider and looks down on Coco in a similar adjacent way her people had treated her, probably because Coco is an outsider and didn't take their apprentice test. So Agat basically forces Coco to take it to prove herself. Coco does end up passing the test, but Agat don't even care. She really got something against Coco for whatever reason. Literally their first interaction with each other.
Sorry to hear about your mother. Because of you, she'll never be flesh and blood again.
He's out of line, but he's right.
And it's not entirely her fault. It's the brimcap's fault. And what exactly is the brimcap game plan anyways? They trying to get somebody on the inside or something? Because if you're trying to recruit Coco, it's kind of too late for that. They could have fed her any lies or the truth or anything. She would have blindly followed anyone once she saw those glowing lights. And you were really selling those forbidden magic books. Imagine if mama didn't give Coco no bread.
Buy the book and get this wand for free.
No, I have no money.
Whatever the plan is, it's in motion. Coco happened to see that same Brimcap witch later on when they went shopping, and she follows the witch, causing the other girls to follow her so she don't get lost. But they all get teleported to this unescapable labyrinth with a dragon chasing them. Coco, this is still not your fault. It's the Brimcaps. Everything happened because of the Brimcaps, bro. But you're not the brightest for going after the witch yourself. You're gonna have to hold this.
But that doesn't mean it's not your fault. At least get it through your head how ignorant you are.
But it's okay. Everything happens for a reason. If you ain't followed the witch, we would have never seen Keyfree save y'all so majestically. Like, animation's so nice. Like, it's not even flashy. It's just pure beauty. I need to see someone get their ass beat elegantly. Just please throw some hands for the one time with anyone. Is that too much to ask?
Hell yeah!
Plus, Keyfree be trying to fade. There's just no one there who's trying to give him a little pushback. Keyfree be straight up threatening niggas, and everybody just takes it. After Keyfree saved the girls, he told that old match keeper to investigate the ink of the seal the Brimcap drew, and threatened him not to go to the witch police. Well, he a little too old to waste minutes on a little pushback, but if a nigga can disrupt the peaceful, everybody safe, no collateral outro music with his look, he dead got it, gang. Even when Orugio, the watchful eye, basically the supervisor of the Atelier, will make sure there's no funny business going on, he finally decides to do his job and grabs Coco, talking about he going to the witch police. He don't want nothing to do with the Brimcaps. And Keyfree's first option is to threaten his supervisor.
But I'll stop anyone who tries to take Coco.
As a supervisor, you gotta put him in his place for resulting straight into violence. Show him why you shouldn't break the rules by breaking the rules yourself. It's for a good cause. It's your job as a supervisor. Please. Keyfree needs to be taught a lesson, and I need my fix. But they actually talked it out, breaking the forbidden rule in the unnecessary violence plot device handbook. Never talk out a simple misunderstanding or a disagreement until 30 is ran. Like, I'm fiending for some hands to be thrown. I would have been willing to settle with a god getting jumped playing in these people's faces when they needed that little boy to be saved.
Please, I'm begging you! Save my son!
Of the power residing within me.
Man, what the fuck is you talking about?
What the fuck was that? I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking about.
But it was just a distraction so Coco could draw a spell, saving the boy without any of the civilians seeing. And turns out, whatever spell she used, it destroyed the whole terrain, and only forbidden magic could have done this. And now the witch police are involved, they're not Morales, and they the type to just erase your memory and not ask any questions later. But Keyfree wasn't going to allow that, and he's literally back at it, itching for a fight. The same way I'm itching to see one. And bro in the back was ready to scuffle.
Our desire is only to preserve order.
But they managed to finesse the Knights Morales since Coco didn't actually use any forbidden magic. It was just a normal spell, but the ink she used was tampered with by the Brimcap. Keyfree then takes it to Mr. Nonolona. What that nigga name is? I forgot that nigga name. He takes it to that old nigga, and it's identical to the ink used on the seal, and Keyfree had to try it out himself. So, Unc, what the hell was that light?
Huh?
The bright...
What?
The light, the bright light.
Stop sign?
No, the bright light.
What stop sign, man?
Keyfree gotta be stopped, bro. He done cooked Unc's brain. So now if Keyfree thinks he'll be able to track down the Brimcaps with this coin that's inside the ink, but the Brimcap was calculated instead of trapped on the ink. If anyone would try to remove the coin, they would be electrocuted, then be waterboarded, and electrocuted again. And this is the best cookies you'll see this season. Keyfree been itching for a fight, and the Brimcat gave it to him without even lifting a finger. Then pulls up on him, breaks the vial, and dips without saying a word. That's aura. The Brimcap's mind got it. These niggas too tough. Later, a different Brimcap pulled up on a guy and reached during their exam and cloaked and daggered their proctor. And with the little seconds she had, she threw her pointed cap with no brim out of the testing area where Keyfree's waiting so he could see it and help them. But he gets boomed straight into a cave where he wakes up to gold statue things. So Keyfree then conjures up the blue ball spell.
Mr. Nolnoa, forgive me.